Hello everybody, Ponkers here with another video, and today we are going to be making a Minecraft house in creative because last time in survival it didn't work out too well. I don't even like survival. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. We're not going to do that again. We're going to do something I am kind of good at, which is building a house in creative. So much more fun than survival. So I'm just going to do that and probably just rant about a few things. So that's gonna be like the layout of this video. We're just gonna yap and build a little house here on this swamp side property leading into a lovely lake. I don't know, maybe we'll build like a neighborhood if I feel like it. Anything's up in the air, we'll see. I'm just gonna start with like a simple layout. So yeah, I was wondering what I should talk about for today's video, and I was talking with a good pal of mine, and we were just on the topic of school, and I was like, oh, you know, as somebody who's gotten through high school by some miracle of God, I thought it was a good idea to talk about that, because if you guys know me, I'm not a school person, okay? People say it's so easy to get good grades in school. It was not for me. It was a real struggle. It was, some people just have it hard, and I am definitely one of those people. I did not have it come easy to me. I just struggled to get myself to, like, do this stuff, and I was also just not very inclined to even do it in the first place. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just, like, deep-rooted in laziness. There's just something about school that itches me in a way I do not like. I'm not a fan of at all. And no, it takes a lot for me to just like do that stuff compared to most people, it seems. Because I've talked to so many people, and so many people say it's so easy, but it's not easy for me. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why. It's just something about me and doing stuff that I don't want to do that makes things difficult. I don't know if you guys are the same way. Let me know. Are you guys like, does that stuff come hard to you too? Or is that just me? Am I just being violently stupid and violently lazy? That's the better term to use there. But yeah, that could very well be it, to be honest. I could just be a very lazy person. But I mean, when it comes to stuff I like doing, like longboarding, for example, I love longboarding. I could longboard forever, and I dedicate myself to that quite a bit. It's not like a bother to me to longboard when I want to, which is like all the time. I might even longboard tomorrow if I have an opportunity to. But yeah, for a lot of things, it just takes a lot in me to really get going and like actually do stuff that I don't immediately want to do, if that makes sense at all. It's kind of difficult to describe. I don't really know. Poor work ethic, laziness. I don't know. One of those probably, if I had to guess. And like even with my own job, like I'm not really an EMT right now because there's no open positions, and I have to wait until May in order to see if there are. But just like with like mobility, and if you guys don't know what mobility driving is, I have a video on it. I'll put the thing up there. Go watch that video. That kind of explains what it is and the day-to-day responsibilities of it. But essentially it boils down to a taxi with a wheelchair in it, so I can take people in wheelchairs. Majority of the time I'm taking like elderly people to and fro, hospitals, nursing cares, doctor's appointments, what have you. I do it all, and it's not a bad job. It's a good job. It's a great company I work for. It's, they're really nice about like working with you around your schedule and your needs, which I really appreciate. They're a great company, shout out. But it's, I don't know, getting myself to just like schedule a day to work for myself, because I'm on pickup hours, so I just pick up hours when I want to, which is amazing. It really is. But at the same time, it's probably not, because it's made me get very lazy into I'm too like prone to just not scheduling myself because I don't want to work. So it's like I'm never gonna get hours. It's not good. I gotta find a way to make it fun and interesting somehow. I mean, I get to listen to my own music in the van, but that's besides the point. We're losing the plot here. The main reason I wanted to bring that up is because like even with my job, it's not even just school. It's just like almost everything seems to come so difficult to me. It's a work ethic, I guess. I don't know. I am very determined to do my own thing in life. Maybe it's just thought of like doing something that I don't think is really fulfilling. Was that the right term? I mean, I'm helping people. Like but I'm not really saving anybody. I think that's what really drew me into EMS. It's because I wanted to save people. I wanted to, somebody's bleeding out on the floor in front of me and be able to be like, oh, I got this. Let me handle this. And then, 2 minutes later, they're talking and having a blast. And, I just saved somebody's life. It's awesome. It's an awesome thought. I hope I can do that in the future. If they let me, if there's any openings. But, with mobility, I'm just a glorified Uber with advanced capabilities. This is not very fulfilling to me at all, in the slightest. So maybe that's why I find it so difficult. School also wasn't very fulfilling. I didn't feel like I was learning anything I wanted to learn. It just felt like I was just doing whatever everybody else wanted me to do. And I just hated the thought of that. I just didn't like it. I don't know if does this white look good? Kind of look better in my head. No, we'll go with it. We'll see where it goes. We're gonna make it 2 stories. Yeah, we'll make it 2 stories. But yeah, there's a lot. What was it? A lot of what? What the fuck? Why did I just say that? A lot of what, dumbass? What? Maybe it's the thought that I need something fulfilling in order to have the work ethic to do it. 3, 4, 5. I know that everybody tells me, you gotta do what you don't want to do sometimes. Life isn't easy. Life can be very painful. And yes, I know that. I know it is. I still do a lot of things I don't want to do every day. It's just that there's just some things that I really just can't bring myself to do. And I mean, yeah, it's obviously something I gotta work on, because like, I mean, let's like an example, like household chores, right? Like laundry, dishes, whatever the fuck. It's fine. I don't have any problem doing that because I like living in a nice environment. I like taking care of myself. It's something I love to do. I feel very happy when I take care of myself, and it's just makes me feel happy. I'm okay with doing that stuff. It's just the stuff that I don't feel has any relevance to me or my future, I suppose. Maybe that's it. I'm just spouting out ideas right now. Talk about my own shit. Believe me, guys, if I could talk to you guys and ask you guys questions, I definitely would. Maybe I should start streaming more. Would you guys watch a stream? Would you guys honestly like watch a stream of mine and I talk to you guys? Because I mean, if there's like one person in the chat, I will have a full-blown conversation with that person, like, and I'll have such a blast. It's been really fun the last few times I did it, but I don't seem to get too much like attention majority of the time that I do that. Usually it's like maybe one person will join and not say anything, and sometimes nobody joins and says nothing. Sometimes nobody joins and I think people are saying something, and then I'm just talking to myself, and then when someone joins, I just leaned really far away from my microphone. You guys couldn't hear me, right? When somebody joins and they see me talking to myself, they're like, oh, this guy's schizo. But you know what? That's okay. That's okay. Because as long as I'm living the life I want to, then I'm living a happy life. And the way I want to live my life is do my own thing. Whatever I end up doing in life as a career, it's better be my own thing. Start my own business. YouTube, music. If somehow longboarding becomes profitable, Lord save me, I would love that. But I don't think so. I mean, even if I was into skating, that's a tough market to compete in. You know, there's some wackos out there doing some nuts shit. But you know, nobody really cares about longboarders. I mean, if longboarding became profitable, then oh yeah, that would be it right there. That would be what I'd do. I'd have no worries at all. Imagine like going to school and you're told in class that whatever your hobby is, you could do for a living. Like, let's say you're a little kid, you love to go run around and play tag. Your teacher told you that there's people who play tag professionally and do it as a career, make enough money to support a lifestyle off of it. You could play tag for the rest of your life and get paid to do it. Anybody out there in first grade watching my videos, why would a first grader be watching my video? I hope a first grader isn't watching my videos. If you are, then, you know, go all power to you. But you know, you'd be jumping for joy. You'd be like, oh yeah, I'm doing that. Let me get some of that. Oh yeah. I mean, I'd be ecstatic. Same thing here. Like, if I can make a profit doing the things I love, then that's a oh yeah moment. That's a oh yeah all the way to Victory Town, whatever that is. But rounding back to school, the one thing I did enjoy about school was KCTC. Shout out KCTC. Sponsor me, please. I love KCTC, Kent Career Technical Center, a place where they have like, I mean, you guys know what a tech center is, right? It's just like specific programs for people who are interested in specific things and want to take classes for those specific things. And they had an EMT program there. And me going into high school, I was like, I'm gonna need some of that. Thank you very much. I'm gonna take some of that. So I went to KCTC as soon as I got the opportunity to. And when I got the letter that said I was accepted, because, you know, not everybody gets accepted, with my grades at the time, there was a good chance I wasn't getting in, but I did get in. And that quite literally, it was probably the only reason I passed high school, like I graduated. I mean, I quite literally owe everything to KCTC, because it was those two classes. You just take one class and it's like 3 hours, like half your day. You just go to a separate building and learn there. And it's something you're interested about. It's a full new group of kids, so nobody knows each other, probably. And you know, it's a whole new environment, a whole new teacher. It's not like a boring subject like math or English or whatever, what have you, that you just don't want to learn. It's something you want to learn. You have to like sign up for this, you know? Something you're actually excited about. And that to me, oh my gosh, I loved every single second that I was in that building. And I could, you know, I will go on about how much it gave me, because, you know, I keep saying that I'm going to go on about it in another video. This might just be the video that I go on about it, because there's so much to go on about. Wow, what do I even say? It's brought me so much into my life, you know, like 2 friend groups. I got me a lot of experience in dating. My first girlfriend came from KCTC, and a lot of other things came from KCTC that were interesting. You know who you are. We're good friends now though, so we're chilling. But yeah, there was so much has happened from KCTC, and I loved every part of it, and I wouldn't change a single thing that happened, because everything that happened there, whether positive or negative in the moment, has turned out to be a great learning experience for me in the future down the road. This is you know, I'm kind of fucking with this now. At first I wasn't sure, but, you know, I think we're gonna stick with the white. Yeah, KCTC is just meeting new students when you're not a gross freshman or sophomore that's addicted to anime and addicted to not taking care of himself and very depressed. You know, things are really cool, and you meet a lot of people and people meet you, and you know, they actually like you. Crazy thought, right? Like, imagine, you know, you're this kid who wears anime shirts and has very greasy long hair that should have been cut 4 months ago. 4 years ago, probably. And even when you do get a haircut, it's by your mom who thinks she's a barber, but she's actually not. Imagine you're this kid, right? And you hate school with all of your heart. You're just like, I'm going to paint the ceiling red today in my math class. Well, I'm gonna turn it into a painting class because I don't want to do math today. Imagine that's every day. You're not gonna make friends with anybody. Nobody. Nobody's gonna be your friend. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, let me paint the ceiling red with you. And if they are, you know, good for you. That's a rare occurrence. I'm happy that that worked out for you, but it did not work out for me. So I had to find separate ways to make friends. And how else would I do that other than, I don't know. I was gonna say something like, how else would you do that other than, but I didn't really like do anything to make friends at my normal school. I really didn't. The only friends I have from high school are, you know, the people I've been friends with since elementary school. Shout out to my home dogs. But yeah, I was not making any new friends in high school. And so that was, you know, fine with me, whatever. But kctc was different because I got there, and by my 11th year of school, junior year, I was, you know, a decent human being who started to try and take care of himself and wanted to make friends and didn't want to blow his brains out every single hour of every single school day. So, you know, things were changing. Things were changing for the better. And I walk into this. We're gonna make a story here, okay? This takes place, first day of sophomore year. First day. Okay, God. First day of junior year. I walk into kctc. It's 6 in the morning, approximately, and I see, you know, we're in this hallway, right? This health career foundations hallway, because that was the class I took in 11th grade. My EMT class was senior year, and I had to wait until I was a senior in order to take that class. So I was like, okay, well, what class can I take now? Because I just want to go to kctc either way. And I found health career foundations, which was, you know, human anatomy and physiology and learning about careers in the medical field. I was like, you know what, sure, sign me up. I like human anatomy. It's fascinating. So I walk into kctc. I got first session, which is like the morning, right? And I'm there at 6 in the morning. Class starts at 6:15, if I remember correctly. And I'm sitting here in this hallway, and a bunch of girls start coming in, and I'm like, oh Lord, where's the dudes? Where's my dude bros? Like, I was not confident or aware enough of women to be comfortable with that. I needed guys to talk to. I needed to make friends with guys. I was not gonna survive if I was the only guy there. But I you know, I just keep seeing more girls pile into this hallway, all waiting outside of this class, and I'm like, oh dear God. And then these two guys come by, and they stop in front of the classroom, and I take a sigh of relief. And I'm trying to remember what our first words were. I don't remember what our first words were, but it was something along the lines of, what's your name? You know, I think we're the only guys in this class. We gotta stick together. And because the other two guys were also kind of in the same boat as me, we were all like, okay, yep, so the doors open to the classroom, the teacher unlocks the door, and we rush to the back of the class. We sit in the corner of the classroom, and yeah, it's we just started talking and it was great. We actually had such a great time. I am still friends with those guys to this day, even though it's very hard for us to get together and plan stuff because one of them is absurdly busy and the other is just doesn't want to. I don't know, dude. He's a mystery, but whenever we do hang out, it's so much fun. We always have such a blast, and I'm still friends with them to this day. Shout out Mason Isaac. And then, another person came along into our friend group a little throughout the year. There was this girl who, just didn't fit it. She's not like the other girls, right? She's not like the other girls. She's like, she's quirky, different, unique, and special. And so she's like, I'm gonna hang out with the dudes because these girls are basic. And I couldn't really blame her. They would do this thing called tea time for class where they spilled the tea. God, just saying that hurts my soul. She starts coming over to us and talking to us, and slowly but surely we start becoming friends. And now we have this group of four. And we hang out sometimes whenever we can. But the teacher was amazing. Shout out to Miss Riley. Miss Riley's the GOAT. She's just an awesome teacher. She really is. Like, there's nothing bad to say about her at all. I can't say anything bad about her. She's just great. She made the class very fun. She didn't necessarily care for our jokes that we made. And there was this thing called C&E grade that was basically just like behavior. Like, were you not an asshole? And we kind of failed it like every single time. Because we just wouldn't pay attention and we'd just be goofing off in the back. But we all ended up getting really good grades at the end of it. So, it worked out despite whatever happened there. It all ended nice. So that's all I can really ask for, to be honest. But at the end of the day, I saw kctc as like an escape more than anything. It was a place different from my own school that I took refuge in because I hated my own school violently. I was very violent. I massacred everybody. Not really, but for legal purposes, I'm gonna say I didn't do that. And unlike normal school, I actually liked learning about the subjects because it was something I was interested in. Again, I can apply myself and be a decent person, decent work ethic when it comes to things I like and am interested in. And so in my kctc class in 11th grade, that was the first A I ever got that wasn't in a gym class. So that was huge for me. That was huge. It kind of just went to show that I was capable of not being retarded. I was capable of actually doing something worth meaning, and it gave me a feeling of purpose almost. So I was more than happy to do it again next year when I went to my EMT class. In that class, oh my god, man, that oh gosh, there's also so much to say about that class. Where do I even start? I don't know. I guess the friends I made there. I got 5 of them. We got this little group of the 6 of us, and we hang out to this day. It's not that hard to hang out with them because they actually know how to hang out. No, I could make this a lot more profound if I had a script. Maybe I should start writing scripts. Oh, but I'm just winging this. I'm just trying to get all my thoughts out on this while I build this house. But my kctc friends I made in my EMT class, they're all great people. I could go into all of them, but it's just that thing again where you don't know anybody going into this class, and you're all interested in the same topic, so you have something to talk about, and there's something similar between you all, and it's a great place to meet people. It really is. And I could just go on and on about all the people I've met there and how they've impacted my life, which is a lot. They've impacted my life so much. kctc as a whole has impacted my life. It's really made me think about things I could do in the future, and kind of just gave me a sense of hope compared to my normal school where it was only despair and tragedy and misery. in every single second I spent there. Almost. There were a few good times, but on a majority basis, it was definitely not great. And I would, if anybody has the option to go to a skill center near their school, like a different program, like similar to KCTC, where you just leave your school building and meet new people that are interested in the same topic as you, I would encourage any of you guys, anyone, to do that with everything I could possibly encourage you to. Like with all of my, with all the power I have, I would encourage you to do so, because it really has changed my life in a lot of ways, and I have to thank KCTC for that, because I don't know where I would be without it. I don't know where I'd be today if I didn't go to KCTC. If things just changed and went differently, where would I be today? That's a good question. Would I be here, or would I be somewhere else? Maybe I'd be sitting on my couch over there instead. Possibly. I don't know. Things would be very different in my life if I didn't go to KCTC. There would have been so many people I wouldn't have met. I would have gone back 30 years in experience with, I mean, just friendship in general, dating, learning things I want to do, just look aspects of life, just everything, honestly. Like it's really just given me everything that I kind of have today. So yeah, shout out KCTC. And you know, I think I'm gonna end it here, because this is already 35 minutes and I feel bad enough keeping you guys here longer than 10 minutes, because you guys obviously don't feel bad enough to watch more than 5 minutes of any of my videos. You think it's boring. Well, it probably is, so I don't blame you. All right, to end off the video, music recommendation of the day is going to go to Hotelier's Home Like No Place Is There album. Yes, we have a whole album on the list today. This album has this many songs, and this many great songs, and this many bad ones. For example, Among the Wildflowers is one of my favorite songs of all time. It has so much emotional connection to me, and I also listened to it while going to KCTC in the morning, so maybe that's why it had such a big connection to me. But for other reasons as well, it's a very emotional song. It's a Midwest emo staple of the genre, if you will. And as myself getting very well into the Midwest emo scene of music recently, of course I was to stumble upon this album and give it a listen. The rest of it, that is, I only knew about Among the Wildflowers when I went to KCTC, but after like literally a month ago, I went through the whole album, and I was like, whoa, I just missed out on so many good songs. What was I thinking? They're all so amazing. I just love the voice, the instrumentals. It's so talented and creative, and you can really just feel the emotion. That's the whole point of the emo genre, is to feel the emotion that the creators put into their music, to really pull at your heartstrings, to make you feel what they feel, and they do an excellent job of that, I would say. So it's definitely a worthy listen. Just give the whole album a listen, honestly. I'm sure you will like something from it, unless you don't like the genre, and then maybe stay away from it. But that's going to be my music recommendation of the day. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you go listen to that. Just as the sun is rising in Minecraft, so is life. You know. I know I've been saying for the past God knows how many videos that it's been a rough couple of weeks, months, days, what have you. It really was. It was a rough couple. It was a rough time overall. I don't really want to get into it necessarily, but there was just something that was really weighing me down, and on top of going to college for the bit that I did, and having a bunch of other things in my life that just weren't really necessarily going well. seeming like a very low point in my life. And, that was probably why I was getting into Midwest emo, to be honest. Only people who are sad and miserable about their lives listen to Midwest emo. But I think that if you're going through a rough time in life, if things aren't working out for you, if you just got fired from your job, you got bad grades, you don't have a good relationship with your parents, you just lost all your friends, got cheated on by whoever, broke up with, whatever's going wrong with your life. If you lost your pet rock in the garden the other day, just know that no matter how many lows in our life there are, our highest moments in life, think back to your happiest moment in life, that's bound to come again, right? We live through the lows of life because the highs of life are the very reason. Wait, no, I said that wrong. The highs in our life can be the very reason that we get through the lows, is to just experience those highs. No matter what reason you have to live, there's always good things out there. And my life over the past 2-3 weeks has been progressively getting a lot better. I've been coming out of a rough time, as I've said in the past 5 trillion videos. I started YouTube at a rough point in my life. I won't lie, it was not a good time for me, and it just kind of got worse as time went on. But I think I've gotten through the worst of it, and I think 2025 is looking up for me. I guess the superstition of the year. Xander, what do you want from me? This bitch is calling me right now. Man, fuck you. I'm in the middle of a goddamn YouTube vid. Man, shut your bitch ass up. Back to my inspirational, motivational spiel. If you guys are going through a rough point in your life, always know that on the other side is waiting for you a time greater than any time you've experienced. I'm assuming majority of the people that are watching my videos are my age, so we have a lot of time left to live in our lives, and there's no point in throwing it all away right now. There's so many more high moments for us to live through, to experience, that it's worth going through those low points. It's worth suffering a little bit. Life is gonna give you some suffering here and there. That's unavoidable. Life isn't that great, to be honest with you. But it's to come to acceptance with that fact and realize that it's worth all those bad times. It's worth all of those terrible memories that you just wish you could erase. It's worth all of those sad, lonely nights. It's worth all of those terrible thoughts that run through your head, to just keep pushing and live to the next day. And a quote I found that is so simple, but it's really stuck with me is, "I'll make it, I always do." Just think about it. You made it this far, right? You always have. You always make it. If you think you're going through a rough point, am I gonna make it out of this? And is this really all worth it? You'll make it. You always have. I know that inspiration came a little bit out of left field for you there, so sorry about the unexpected philosophy drop. Thank you very much, Brain. Sorry for the little philosophy drop, but I just felt like I needed to say that for my people out there. I know there's a few people out there that are struggling, and I know I've been struggling recently, but past recently, a while ago. Now I'm doing much better. I'll say that. I've been doing much, much better recently, and I hope that you are as well. I hope 2025, this conceptual time in human whatever, the superstition that on this specific day things are going to change and it's a new you. I hope that applies to you. I hope you carry this with you into the next year and things are looking up, looking up for all of us. So join me on my adventure to get through the lows and the highs, and just have a good time. Honestly, that's the whole reason I'm doing this. I just want to have fun and make people have a fun time. Hopefully this is relatively somewhat enjoyable and not the worst feeling you've ever experienced. I'm sorry if it is, but it's definitely not, hopefully. All right, enough rambling, enough speaking. I've been talking for way too long. If you guys made it to this part of the video, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you all are living your life the way that you want to live. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.